ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Stuff Podcast on YouTube. My name's Martyn Odell, a.k.a. the Lagom Chef, and this is my wonderful friend, George Egg, a.k.a. the Snack Hacker.
What you are about to watch is a sample from today's episode. However, if you want to enjoy the whole thing, go to Spotify or Apple or wherever it is you get your content.
Absolutely. So don't forget to like and subscribe. We are at the Stuff Podcast on YouTube. We are Stuffed.
I think we should talk about this week's ingredient, because for the listeners who are new to this podcast, every week we have an ingredient and we try and, if we can, sort of connect it slightly with the time of year. And I suppose it's coming up to lots of roast dinner season and all that. And last week we had Brussels sprouts, didn't we? Brussels sprouts.
Yeah, our favourite Dutch ingredient from the Breisken family.
The Brussels sprout. Can do that accent. That's okay, isn't it?
Yeah. Is it?
I think you could do a kind of Dutch accent, yeah.
Yes. It's a carrot. The carrot is the star ingredient. They're orange. The Dutch national colour is...
Is it orange?
Mate!
I didn't even know.
They play football and they wear an orange top.
Oh, I wouldn't know about that. How interesting.
They've got orange in their flag.
No, they haven't.
Got you. So red, purple, black and white. Yeah, like beetroots.
I've seen white and I've seen purple, but black carrots I've never seen.
I tell you where you'll find a black carrot, which is so stupid. Sainsbury's at Halloween. They call them witch fingers.
Really?
They sell them during Halloween. It's like, witch fingers, and then everyone gets them, fucking gold rubbery, throw them in the bin. Well done, Sainsbury's. Well done, food waste. Well done.
Black throughout, or are they a bit like the purple ones that when you cut the middle, you go, oh, they're like a normal carrot.
Yeah, they look very dark, and then they've got a little bit of bleed to them. But yeah. So it was the 16th century. They made orange carrots in Deutschland.
Wowee.
Yeah, there you go.
Cool.
Shall I get my carrot out?
Because carrots, there's nothing I don't like really, as far as I think, vegetable wise. But carrots they're just not a go-to one for me. I don't know why. I just always kind of,
Shall I tell you what the one thing that I hate about carrots, and you can help me, because this is what this tutorial is all going to be about.
Yeah.
The only thing I dislike about carrots is when they're cut into circles.
Wrapped in one of your lovely tea towels there, Martyn.
Oh, it's a bit wet.
Shall we tell people about your tea towels?
Yeah, if you want to.
Well, I love it, and I think the graphics are great on it. And I posted a picture of it on my Instagram, and I got so many likes, so many people saying, that's brilliant.
Sales absolutely plummeted.
Eat the food you buy, which I think is such a good sentiment. I really do. It's so positive.
It's an easy one. Everyone always thinks that food waste is a hard solution to happen, but all you need to do is eat the food.
Yes, look in your fridge, go, what can I cook that's in here, rather than what should I go and purchase?
Yeah. So I've got a very wet carrot here. So this is a carrot. Everyone knows what a carrot looks like, but I always...
Why did you do that action before you...
You never dry your carrots like that. Yes. So here we have a nice...
I feel all uneasy.
Nice, good. It's the same. It's
a Whopper as well, isn't it?
Oh, thank you. So as I said, the one thing that I do hate is I was going to do a demonstration, but the one thing I hate is circular carrots.
Yes.
So my favourite way to cut them
Would
is...
you like some carrot discs, sir? Go on.
No. Is the ranjiri. It is a cut.
A cut technique.
Cut technique, which is this. So for those of you who can see these ones here, this is called a ranjiri. It is basically a shape that is never the same, I think is the saying. And have you done it before?
I think I've seen it done, and I think I've sort of done it instinctively without knowing what it is. Is it basically cut at an angle, rotate slightly, cut at an angle, rotate slightly?
So this is your chopping board, so you can ranjiri that for the listeners. So basically, what you do, is you cut it at an angle, and then you roll it onto the flat surface that you've already cut. So once you've done the cut, and then you put the cut end facing down, and then you cut at an angle again, and then you roll it again onto the flat side, and then you cut. And this gives you this beautiful shape called, I think it's called a ranjiri cut. Now,
it's a really nice sort of, you can imagine sort of sweets done that shape, couldn't you? Old-fashioned sweets.
But it's something to do with the shape that it makes the carrot taste better. Right. I don't know the science. It'll probably be in your gastrophysique book or something, but it makes the carrot taste better. Now, as we're going into holidays are coming, I thought what we would do is explain a technique or something that you use within, like, cooking, especially in restaurants. Like, people go to restaurants and expect things to be cooked fresh on the spot. But what happens in restaurants, obviously, if you're catering for, say, from anywhere from 50 to 300 people, they're not going to, boil a carrot for you a la minute for service.
Yeah.
So what you'd always do is the technique, which we always use, blanch and refresh. So you take your ingredient, you put it into boiling water, you refresh it into ice cold water, and then that's ready for service.
So you cook it till you. Would you cook it until how you want to eat it, or
No,
not
just
quite?
under.
Okay.
So if you ate that, you'd be like, that's nice, but I'd probably want just a touch more.
Yeah.
So when you reheat it, you're obviously going to cook it again, and it's going to have a bit of that carryover cooking. So
and the putting it into ice water just halts
stops
that
it.
cooking immediately.
Yeah. So it'd be done with loads of things. If imagine like spinach, you think carrots, broccoli, mange tout, anything like that. So in the pan, got a little bit of water.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to put a little bit of butter.
Yep.
We all like butter. And then in here, you open that one.
What's in here?
Because we're going down the Christmas route, or going towards a roast dinner.
Oh!
What's in there?
I tell you what's overwhelming is when you got these. I'll tell the listeners what's in there. There's a star anise and there are 3 cloves, but I find cloves unbelievable. The potency they've got. That just you could have 1 clove in a sort of 3 litre pan of stock.
Go on, chuck
Shall
it
I
in
chuck
there.
all of that in there? Yeah. Do you want that whole or just the?
Chuck it in. We'll get this going. And you got an orange.
I've got a little sats.
Or a satsu.
A little satso.
So yeah, when you're in a restaurant, or if you're doing this at home, this is the technique, all right? So you blanch and refresh your ingredients. Then all you need to do is think on Christmas Day or roast dinner time. You've got so much stuff going through the oven. You've got so much stuff on top. These take like 30 seconds to do. So this is something you can finish in your water, a little bit of sugar, your spices, a bit of butter, whatever you want. You can keep it vegan if you want to, but that's just weird. And then a little bit of spice, star anise, cloves, and then you're just going to gently warm them up in the liquid.
And that will create, as the liquid, as the water evaporates, I assume that kind of, would it slightly emulsify with the butter as well to give it a kind of glaze?
That's it. So in a bit of orange. Orange is always good with carrots. Like some people boil it in orange juice.
Right.
But I don't really see the point.
I've seen some people do like
get
boiling
on with
carrots in carrot juice. Do you think that's just a bit of a silly, showy thing?
That is ridiculous.
I think so.
How much is that? It's going to cost you a fortune.
What's
Imagine the amount of carrots.
Yes, I know exactly. And are they going to drink it? What's your thoughts on peeling carrots?
I peeled this one.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I noticed that's peeled, but this we haven't peeled.
Yeah, just
that.
because
and then
my son wanted to. I was teaching my son about the ranjiri cut last night because I told him that I'm recording a podcast, son, and he went, "What's the ranjiri?" And I was just like, "Oh, it's a type of cut." So then he did. He said, "Oh, can I peel it?" I was like, "Of course you can."
That's great.
So he peeled it.
Oh, look at that bubbling away. That's
Right.
fast. That.
Yeah,
isn't it?
induction,
Crikey.
mate. Right, so a little bit of there. And
So
then-
yes. So what's your thoughts on peeling carrots?
Don't bother.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Nah.
Yeah.
If they've got a little bit muddy or they've got like the little pubes
just a
hanging
bit
out,
clean.
sometimes they can be a bit like crunchy.
But you just kind of get a really stout scrubbing brush on them and give them a good scrub all over, and then
Yeah, that's it.
yeah. And if you were going to peel carrots, what would you do with the peelings? Because I know you're
Eat
a
them.
king of peels.
Eat them.
But would you cook them or would you just?
Nah, just eat them. I think they're one of those ones that people try and turn into something interesting and they've got literally not a lot of flavour.
Yeah.
I've seen people turn it into like carrot salt and all that kind of stuff and it's just like, what, you've just made an orange salt. Doesn't taste of anything.
Have you ever made? I did this a couple of years ago. It was very nice. Made carrot kimchi.
Oh!
Yeah, and that really worked. And then I got a dehydrator. Bought one off a friend. Dehydrated the carrot kimchi. Turned that into a powder. That was fun.
Right.
These look nice.
Here we go.
These smell amazing.
So this is the smell of Christmas. You can stop beeping. They'll probably need a little bit longer, but... So,
God, that's
when you
nice
think of
and
the flavours
buttery.
they've got in there, buttery, you've got the orange, you've got the spice, then you've got a little bit of sweetness from some sugar. Carrots are naturally quite sweet. What do you need, George?
It's only Lagom Chef vinegar.
That's it. Hashtag branded. Need a little bit of vinegar. So
With
just
the mother?
Yeah, just a tiny little splash. We'll sort of like cut through a little bit
Yeah.
of that fattiness and
Yep.
the sweetness.
The fattiness from the butter, I suppose, yeah.
And a lovely bit of Cornish sea salt because it always needs Cornish sea
Shall I
salt.
go in?
Yeah.
Spoony.
So this is a kind of technique that you can use and you could let these sit
That's a
for...
nice chefy action there, the way
You
you're
like that
turning
one?
that.
Yeah.
Well, it just makes you look like the bears, doesn't it?
Oh. There you go.
Shall I go in? Don't eat a whole clove. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, they're so
So I'm
tasty.
going to try. Is it really hot?
No.
Oh, they're just right with that. Got a really nice bit of bite, too.
Oh.
Oh, and that vinegar's lovely. It cuts through it.
If you let them sit in there for a little bit longer, they'll kind of like... You know, that liquid will kind of like reduce down a bit as well. And then you would get like a nice sort of like buttery coating on that as well. And you could take them further and like reduce that right down. It would go almost sticky.
Yeah.
And then you would get like a nice sticky, but I quite like them when they're a bit like buttery like that.
Yes, where it's almost like a sort of gravy. You could drizzle that over something else. That's delish. At this time of year, when you've got a dozen things going on in the kitchen, if all your veg is prepped and ready to just, finish in a bit of buttery sauce, and you haven't got to boil and so on.
Exactly. Delicious.
What a treat.
And I love carrots as well, and especially if they've been cut right and cooked right.
Yeah.
They've got a little bit of bite to them.
What else would you do with them? What are the fun things? Raw carrots and I do love. I had this salad. There's this place called Rose Bakery, which is in Paris, but it's run by a woman from England. Good. It's run by a woman, but it's run by a woman. I mean, it's run by an English woman, and they do this carrot salad that's got this very sweet dressing, and then masses of toasted sunflower seeds in it. And it's just, you could just plough through it.
Carrots and vinegar and raisins and all of that kind of hizzle. Ooh. It's good for pickles. Fantastic for pickles. Quick pickles.
Yes.
Like shredded julienne, nice and fine.
Although I tell you what, the colour bleeds out. So I did I had some multicoloured carrots, and I did a jar, and I took a photo of them when I just done them, put it on. It was like, wow, these look amazing. See all the colours. And the next day, I was like, oh my God, everything's just one even orange. All eked out. But same with radishes. It does that. Like takes all the colour out of the
like paint stripper, isn't it?
Yeah,
I love it. Also, fat carrots. I love just keeping them whole. So I just like blanch them like I did then, like a good 10, 15 minutes. They start to go soft, and then just like roast them in the oven, skins on everything, so they go really blistered and weird, and they're so good.
Oh, that sounds really good.
Yeah.
And almost that you could almost like treat that as a sort of centerpiece, I suppose, and kind of, And I love the idea of that, of like, instead of always feeling like, you've got to have a lump of meat or a lump of fish or whatever as the centerpiece, why not make a whole carrot, treat it in a really kind of fancy way and cover it in a little bit of pangrattato or whatever else. And then go, this is the main bit.
That's it. And especially once you've roasted them, they've got loads of that sweet, nutty flavour, then you can turn it into dips. So if you mix a bit of tahini and smoked paprika and garlic and oil and all of those good things, you've got a wonderful little...
Tahini with veg is just heavenly, isn't it? We got some carrot facts on our little cue cards, Martin.
Shall I go for one?
Go on, you start with the first.
That's the shortest one, thank you. Carrots are one of the best sources of vitamin A, and vitamin A is good for your bones, teeth, vision, and your skin. You're glowing, George.
And I don't even eat enough carrots. Maybe
you need to eat some more.
I need to eat some more carrots, and then I'll look even younger.
Actually, Noah said that last night. He was like, "Do they help you see in the dark?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Why?" And I went, "Because torches."
Raw carrots act like natural toothbrushes. Imagine if that was the fact. There's more. Raw carrots act like natural toothbrushes as they're rather abrasive. As a result, they assist in breaking up tartar and plaque building up in your teeth while chewing them. Oh. So I suppose if you were like stranded in the wild, you'd forgotten your toothbrush, and you had a raw carrot. Yes, you have to do it like that. You have to eat it like a sort of...
It's like one of those things you get from a service station where it's like those teeth brushing balls.
Oh, yeah. They're really horrible, aren't they? Have you ever used one?
Yeah, they're stupid.
Yeah, I'd rather just have dirty teeth.
Yeah.
Do you want to do the last one?
You can do it because I'm eating a carrot.
Eating too many carrots, like Martin is now, can generate a condition called caratinemia.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Caratinemia, which leads to a yellowish orange hue on your skin.
I read it as carrot enema.
Carrot enema. No, that's that. We could have done that with that 8-incher that you.
You turn into an Oompa Loompa, look.
So there we go. So if you eat too many carrots, you go
Hugh Grant.
Hugh Grant in a little glass.
Oompa Loompa.
Is he in a glass dome?
No, he catches them into a glass cloche.
It is a cloche, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh my cloche.
We talked about cloches a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, so if you haven't listened to that one, go back, have a listen.
Go back. We talked about cloches. And the thing that I wanted to say about with cloches as well is that they're what they use for forcing rhubarb, don't they? They're like a big ceramic cloche that you put over the rhubarb, and then it forces it and you get the pink rhubarb.
Oh.
Keeps it in the dark.
Much there like you go. Eat some more carrots.
Eat more carrots. Yes, get under the cloche.
Eat more carrots.
Eat a lot of carrots, then you'll be able to see. Something like that.
Well done, everyone. Congratulations. I enjoyed my section on carrots. I'll give myself a round of applause.
I love that, and I am inspired to do that pre-cook, chill, and then
buttery goodness. It looks beautiful in the pan as well.
It really does. That is something I would give to carrots, like, hands down, is, my God, they're a pretty vegetable, aren't they?
They are.